For those that are still in the room, I first just want to thank you for joining us and for all of our presenters for taking the time, and for the planning committee. We want to make sure that they don't, get overlooked. Our food service folks, but mainly those that really helped to make this a successful event. Part of what, these closing comments typically are really to think about call to action. I think each of the groups had some form of call to action, and for me, being able to look at the graphical renderings of the conversations is always helpful. We'll make sure that we have that posted as well. I know that this is always a hard conference to do because there's so many things to cover. We have, we kind of jump around a little bit, but I think we were on target in terms of these morning sessions, and then again, the idea of technology and virtual reality and cybersecurity. These are the kinds of things that need to start being elevated into our tribal communities, and even in the work that you do. So, part of our closing comments, I think, are also related to what can we do better. So we'll make sure that we have that opportunity for you to weigh in. One of the things that came to mind was that we probably could have figured out a different way to make sure that we know who you are, because we know that we have participants that came from other institutions, from tribal colleges, researchers, and so I think we talked about ribbons. I don't know if you've been to conferences where you have multiple colored ribbons that you can add to your name tag, so that we can at least get some indication of one another. And some of them are like anti or whatever you want to label yourself as, but or a researcher or tribal member, community member. So those are just some thoughts about things that we can build stronger communities as we think about how we calibrate these types of sessions. And so for me personally, I just appreciate the fact that there's such interest in this program, that we get good attendance and get to see our colleagues that come from different institutions and from community. Again, we want to thank the Arizona Biomedical Research, our ABRC as our sponsors, and KE, who also provided some of the project management for us. And we're not done yet. So those that hopefully will be able to stick around for tomorrow, we'll be moving over to Labriola, which is next door in the Hayden Library on the second floor, for the youth component. Well, not youth, I guess student. There's certainly youth involved, but the student component. And last year was the first time they did a full day session as well, and it was quite dynamic. So I also have to at least take a short break, and I'm at the age where I have to probably take a good nap before tomorrow and be ready, to keep up with our younger generation, which clearly has their own ideas and thoughts about how we do this work. So looking forward to tomorrow. 4:15, I think we're going to have our reception. They're ready. So join us for a reception. It's going to be right down at the end of the hall, going that direction. And if you turn right, there's a restaurant there called Ingrained. You'll pass through the restaurant, and there's an outdoor patio. And so we'll have food and some libations, I guess, for you there. But again, I just want to thank everybody that had a role in putting this event together, and thank you for joining us. Yeah, I want to, Nate keeps telling me, make sure you say ABRC, so I think we said it enough times that we fulfilled our contract with ABRC. So thank you all for coming, and have a good evening, and hopefully we'll see you again in the near future. So, good night.